Good noon, world, or morning. It's coming to noon. I just woke up. Hope you guys enjoyed my show I made yesterday. Shit. My phone fell on, guys. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed my show. Yeah. Yeah, I get my check. Either today or tomorrow I get my check, right? But I mean, yeah. I'll get my check this week, I know that. I mean, you bullshitting me? Are you bluffing? Did you really write what you show us for Xanus? Yes, guys, I'm not lying. I wrote that on my own. I'm not lying, man. Ivan, you are talented, man. You're fucking gifted. Yes, I am. God gave me the gifts, right? I am gifted, yeah. I'm gifted. Yeah. Yeah, I understand why your stepmother told you Zayn is number one. Yeah, now you guys understand why my stepmother told me Zayn is number one. You guys understand? Yeah, we understand, man. Your book is fucking entertaining. It's a masterpiece. Yes. It's an amazing book. You're just hooked turning the page when you read it, man. Sorry? You're hooked turning the page when you read it. Masterpiece, man. Yeah. Ivan, do you use big, rich words in your book too? Yeah, I do in some sections you guys read. Some of my dialogue is very high quality, but it's not on the level of like Lord of the Rings, Way of Kings, and Game of Thrones, right? As you guys read. Yeah, it's more simple, Ivan, but it's fucking beautifully written, Ivan. You have beautiful prose, I know. Beautiful dialogue, Ivan, and your characters just come alive on a page. How the fuck do you do that? It's a gift, guys. I don't know how to do it, man. Yeah, it's part of my creative mind, right? It's just the way I write, the way my creative mind flows. I just write dialogue and I read it, and the characters jump on a page. I don't know how to do it, man. It's a gift I have. Yeah, because these other authors they write dialogue too, and I don't get the same feeling on it. It feels more dry and dull. When I read your book, your characters come alive on a page. And it's so entertaining. How the fuck do you do that? I don't know. It's a gift, guys. That's all I can say. Yeah, it's a gift. It's a gift that I have. Yeah, yeah. Iron, show us more. No, zero. I'm not sure you guys anymore. I can't, man. I already spoiled quite a bit of the story for you. I'm not showing you guys anymore. Because I showed you scenes from my book. Every chapter in volume one and volume two, I showed you snippets of each of those chapters. So I don't want to spoil the story for you. Some Sarah. Prologue. Yeah. Some Sarah. Yeah. Easy, Ivan. I love your book. I know the book's amazing. Masterpiece, man. Oh, I don't believe you, man. You're bluffing, man. Did you really write what you show us? Yes, guys, I wrote that, man. I'm not lying. Because you guys probably thought I wasn't that great of a storyteller when I told you. Yeah, when you bragged about your book, we thought your book might be like maybe like Lord of the Rings. It's good, but it's a bit boring, and maybe you're just biased because you wrote it. And when you guys read my book, you were shocked, obviously, because my book is unique. It's different. Yeah, it's different. I get a different feeling when I read it. I'm so entertained. I'm so hooked. How the fuck do you do that, man? Yeah, yeah. God, you're so talented that like your book. I understand why your book is replaced. I mean, man, it's a fucking entertaining book, man. I'm just hooked reading. Man, when you show me the scenes, I know it's an amazing book. It's money. This is money. Yeah, you're number one in the charts, man. We got Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I work tomorrow, guys. Fuck. I need the money though. Yeah. I will be excited to read your book, of course. It's the book of God, right? Yeah, God wrote the book, and Ivan's book's a master. I can't wait to read it and see how what happens. You guys have an idea what happens, but like you know what I'm saying, you read volume three, you're like, holy shit, I didn't expect that. This book is sick. Yeah, it's a sick book, obviously. It's a sick book, obviously, right? Yeah. Ivan, is there biblical civilizations? Yes, there is. Takis is from the heavenly northern kingdom. The Southerns are from the cursed south, and they live in Aratat's territory. He's the king of the south. And Aratat wants to mark the lands. You know what I'm saying? Tacitus. Yeah. Obviously. Sarah. Yeah. That's beautiful. I'm saying, feel no regret, leader, for one. Yeah, I'm gonna miss this place, my home. You know what I'm saying? Cassie's comforts Eli. Feel no regret, leader, for one, though you shall be beholden of Xanus. You're gonna be in a better place, Eli. Even though you're gonna miss your home, your beautiful city, Sapphires, you're gonna be in a better place. You get to live with us and have the kingdom of Xanus. But the journey to get there is not safe. I won't spoil Sorcerer, so let me read the book. That's why I ended off by the grace of God. I hope our training was enough. I almost say I won't spoil Sorcerer, but at least in Divine 3, I won't spoil Sorcerer with Ephesus, right? Uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ivan, what's your biggest scenes in the book? The one now really, really blow your mind away. The volume 2 stuff will blow your mind away too, as I showed you snippets of my book, but the thesis scene and the ancestor scenes in volume 3 will blow your mind away. And other scenes are going to be will blow your mind away too, but the big, big one are those scenes I was supposed to for you. So you have to read the book. Yeah. Because volume 3 is when I introduce the ancestors. I won't spoil story for you. That's when it gets dark and deep, obviously. It's a dark episode, tacular. That's all I'm going to say. I won't spoil story for you. Yeah. Private Zanus is horror. Yes, it is. It's horror. As you guys read, right? Volume 1 and 2, you do get a bit of horror too, with the Cyrus scene, the captured scene. I almost spoil story for you. There is a little bit of horror, but the real horror takes place in Volume 3. That's when it gets horrific and deep and dark, obviously. That's why Xanus is a horror fantasy novel when you read it. It's a horror fantasy novel, obviously. I mean, your book is amazing. I know my book is sick, man. It's a masterpiece, I know. Man, like what you showed us yesterday, the day before yesterday, like I was fucking hooked reading it, Ivan. I'm just hooked reading it. Yeah, I know, my book is sick. I don't believe your whole book is anything like that. Well, I showed you snippets from every chapter in volume 1 and 2. And everything I showed you guys, you guys hooked, yes, I again, the whole thing is like that, man. It's entertaining. Some scenes are not as entertaining as others, but they're still entertaining to keep you turn the page and keep you hooked. Because I'm a genius, obviously. My book is sick, obviously. Yeah. So, Sarah, my book is sick. It's a masterpiece, man. Yeah, it is a masterpiece. Yes, it is. It's a masterpiece, my book. It's a masterpiece, my book. And, it's a masterpiece. Yeah. I like Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones better, Ivan. Yeah, if you like those books better, I understand. I'm not gonna judge you for it. I highly doubt, man. Most fans, there will be some fans out there who say I like Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones better, but I mean, if you do like those books better, I understand. I'm not gonna judge you for it. But be honest, man, when you read my book and you read those books, do you see a difference? I do, Ivan. Yeah, your book is more entertaining. It's more fresh. It's more. I'm more hooked reading it than these books. Yeah, but those books have better dialogue, Ivan. Richer speech, richer history, in depth of the world building. It's richer than your book, but I don't get the same feeling, Ivan. It feels more dry and dull. Your book feels more fresh. The characters come alive. How the fuck you do that, Ivan? I don't know, man. It's a gift. I don't know how to do it. It's a gift that I have, obviously. So, Sarah, Evan, it's the gift that God gave me, right? It's the gift that I have. It's the gift. Yeah, it's the gift that I have. Yeah, it's the gift. Now, I'm craving that Bob slice again. Yeah, Bob slices are so good. Oh my god. Hi, that you look like you enjoyed that pizza. Yeah, I did, man. That pizza I ate yesterday was so good. It's amazing food, man. Yeah, yeah, Yeah. Iron, have you read Game of Thrones? No, I have not. I've seen the show. I've seen 2 seasons, the first 2 seasons of Game of Thrones. But I haven't read the books. Let's see. From what I've seen from the shows, obviously, Game of Thrones is not better than Lord of the Rings. I prefer Lord of the Rings over Game of Thrones. But Game of Thrones is amazing. The show is amazing, obviously. Yeah. I really think George R. R. Martin has writer's block. Yeah, I think so. I think George has writer's block. I don't think he's lazy. I don't think it's about him being lazy because he did write another book. Over the last 13 years, George R. R. Martin did write another book. He wrote Fire and Blood. So if he had time to write that, obviously it's not laziness is not the issue. It's probably writer's block. I believe George R. R. Martin, he can't come up with a good ending for his story because he wrote way too many books, man. He wrote 5 books. He exhausted all his creativity into those 5 books. It's tough for him to. He killed off characters. He introduced new characters, and it's now tough for him to end his series. He has writer's block. I can't come up with a good ending for my book, obviously. He has writer's block. That's what I believe. Or he just lost the will to finish Game of Thrones. He just wants to enjoy the millions that he made off his IP. I don't know. That's my other answer, obviously, but I don't know. Don't forget, he's getting old too, right? He's older now, so the work is tougher on his body. But he did write Fire and Blood like a couple years ago during the 13 years. So if he had time to write that, he obviously has time to write his Game of Thrones Winds of Winter. But I think he probably has writer's block. He can't really come up with a good ending for his story. Yeah, so Sarah, that's my answer. That's a good answer. Yes. I would you ever keep the fans waiting 13 years to do an author? No, 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 no. I'd be releasing books every 2 to 3 years. My books, I can finish. Yeah, but the difference between me and George R. R. Martin, I would never write any more than 3 books for a series. So if I wrote a fantasy series, I would never do any more than 3 books. If I wrote a romance novel series, I'd never do any more than 3 books. I would end it at 3 books, obviously. But I'm the kind of guy who I just prefer writing standalone novels than writing series, obviously. Xanus the exception because it's fantasy. Xanus is one story like Lord of the Rings, but it's split into 3 volumes, obviously. Because when J.R.R. Tolkien wrote Lord of the Rings, it wasn't 3 books, it was one story, but it was too long, so they split it into 3 books. Yeah. So Ivan, you're more of a standalone kind of guy. Yeah, I prefer to just write one amazing book, but it's a long book. It'll be like a 500, 600 page book. I just ended after one book. The only thing I would do a series for is fantasy, but if I wrote romance or something else, it'd most likely be like a one book, a standalone kind of thing. Yeah, it's just easier on my brain. Okay, write an amazing standalone book and like don't touch it, just release it, and then the fans love it, and then I move on to another genre, obviously. What's the one genre you can't really write well in? Science fiction, because I don't know. To write science fiction, you gotta be familiar with science. You have to study science, and then you have to fictionize the science, obviously. Science fiction I can't write because I don't know that much about science. Unless I study it, but that's the one genre I probably wouldn't touch. Science fiction. Whereas fantasy, romance, drama, that stuff I can write. But like science fiction, no, I don't know that much about science. Yeah. Yeah. My check might have arrived. I'm gonna go upstairs and check the mail. My government check might have arrived. Get like $120, $103. Just enough for me to get smokes till next Sunday. I can get a pack of smokes every day till next Sunday. Yeah. I get paid next Sunday again, right? But yeah. I've wanted to be a full time author. No, guys, it's not my dream. My dream is not being a full time author. It's being a movie star feature. That's my dream. And you guys would rather see me as a movie star. Yeah, we'd rather see you as a movie star than see you when you write books. Yeah. Duh. I only wrote Xanus. I had no choice, man. The gatekeepers locked all doors on me, man. That's why I wrote Xanus. They locked everything on me. Yeah, man. That's why I wrote Xanus. They locked all the doors on me. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. They locked all the doors on me. Yeah. Yeah. You got it on your first try. Yeah. On my second try, I got it. Yeah. When I wrote my Islamic story, the story was not bad, but it wasn't even close to being as good as Zanus. And that's how I practiced my writing. I knew what worked, I knew what didn't work. And then when I wrote Zanus, I figured it out, obviously. I got it after my first try. Where some people might take them 5 tries, 10 tries, 50 tries to get it, to write a good novel, but I got it after one try because I have the heavenly gift, obviously. And I challenged myself, yeah, I want to write a fantasy novel, and I want to be a best-selling author. That was my dream back then. I didn't know I was God. I had the keys, and I ended up writing Xanus. Xanus is a masterpiece, man. Yeah, yeah. Why is it called Last Over Xanus? Last Over Xanus. You'll see what I mean in the book. I won't spoil story for you. answers will come when you read it. Volume 3 will answer all your questions, right? Once you read volume 3, you're like, yeah, I know why Ivan called Las Roseas. Yes. You'll know why I call Las Roseas when you read volume 3. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to just get my coffee right back in a second. Let's go on off log. Oh, hey, Sam. Righty, guys. Well, I'm supposed to get my coffee. I didn't get my check today, so I might get it tomorrow. Tomorrow I might get my check, honestly, right? I might get my check tomorrow, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Why even Xanus cinema? Yeah, it is. You guys are right. It's pure cinema. Especially when you read Volume 3 and it gets dark and deep. It's cinema, man. Cinema on the page. And it'll finally hit like all the studio execs and the directors, the screenwriters, the actors in Hollywood, the producers are all like, yeah, if Ivan turns this into a movie looking at the greatest movie Julia ever made, yes. Something even better. Better movie than all the greats, man. Come on. Yeah. They're all going to be envious. Yeah, I will. They're all going to be salivating over my man. I wish I can get all the studio companies, like, man, I wish I can get my hands on this story. This is a fucking masterpiece, man. I'd love to adapt this story. Yeah. As if I sold out, there'd be a bidding war in Hollywood over my brand, man. Disney, Warner Bros., Universal will be bidding over my brand. It's an IP. It's an IP worth billions, man. It's a fucking masterpiece, man. It's a masterpiece. Bidding over my brand, but that brand's mine. No one's touching my brand. It's my brand. There you go. It's my IP. It's my brand. There you go. Sincere? Emma. The brand is mine. Yeah. Oh, I have to walk to the store, man, to get my smokes. Oh, man. Tomorrow I have to walk to Denny's, or I can't get a bus ticket because I'll not have enough to get a pack of smokes after work. So tomorrow I have to walk to fucking Denny's. Yeah, man. 35-minute walk, 37-minute walk. Good exercise though. But, yeah, man. Are you gonna go to the welfare office? Yes, I will. When I go to the on my way when I pick up my smokes. After this, I'm gonna print my employment record on the computer, print it for Coco Foodie Indies. I gotta do the online thing, the online survey thing for Welfare Quebec, and I have to give them the code, and that's what I'm missing right now. So on my way when I get my smokes, I'll give it to the welfare office. I'll see, and hopefully I get my first check in November because it's been like 2 months, man. Almost going on. End of this month, will be going on 3 months. The application process. Yeah. 5 years ago, the application process only took me like 3 weeks, 2.5, 3 weeks, and I got my first check. This is taking forever, man, because I worked obviously right there. Yeah, yeah, You got some balls to say Xanus is better than all those Hollywood MPs. Well, my stepmother told me it's number one, so I think that kind of answers your question. And you guys read my book. It's an entertaining story. It's a masterpiece, man. Amazing story. Yeah. Yeah. Your book's a masterpiece. Oh, yeah, it is. It's an amazing story. Amazing story. And a masterpiece. You're such a fucking dick, man. You're saying that when you release your book will be a public embarrassment in the industry. Yes, it will, as you guys read. When you guys read, it was actually my book. Did you guys have that feeling? Yeah, this is an embarrassment. Yeah, because your book is so different and it's so unique. Characters on the page, I'm so hooked reading it. I get a different feeling reading your book than I read these other books. Yeah, because I have the heavenly gift, they have the earthly gift. That's why my book is unique, obviously. Because the gift I have is not from here; it's from a different realm. It's from the heavens. Whereas all these authors have the earthly gift. That's why, even though their books are amazing and they're masterpieces, they're not my book. You get a different feeling in my book. Yeah, how the fuck do you do that? It's a gift, guys. I know how to do it, man. It's part of my creativity and the flow of my brain. I just write, and the characters and the story just somehow comes alive. You're entertaining, you're hooked. I don't know how to do it, man. It's a gift I have. Yeah, it's a gift that God gave me, right? No, I am saying, yeah. It's the gift that God gave me. Sarah. It's the gift that God gave me. Amen. It's the gift that God gave me. Yeah. Yeah. What was that, guys? Ivan, can you write your own Xanus screenplay? Yes, I can. I can even write the screenplay myself, but it doesn't hurt to have help. Obviously, have Peter Jackson get a mentor help you out. Obviously, the script for the movie. Yeah, but VJ will be helping me with the notes and everything. And the creativity part of writing the screenplay, I don't struggle with because I'm a creative genius. It's the formatting stuff that's a bit confusing. That's why I bought this book and I read it. But Peter Jackson, I have no worry about. I'll help you with the formatting stuff. I know how it works, Ivan, and Peter will help me out with that. And he'll help me out with the creativity stuff too, obviously, for the story. I'll be adding quite a bit of stuff in the movie to make it more interesting. Maybe a good 30%, 25% stuff in the movie to make it more interesting, obviously. I'll make some changes too, a lot of changes too, obviously. I follow the teenager story, but I make some minor changes to fit better for the adaptation, obviously. Obviously, right? Yeah. But not drastic changes like Peter did for Lord of the Rings. Peter, I don't want any drastic changes that contradicts the plot of the story, but we can make some changes to make it better for the adaptation. Quite a bit of changes, but don't be doing what you did for Lord of the Rings for your war while you make drastic changes. Yeah. I don't want Peter deleting any characters from the movie. All the characters in my book, Peter, I want them in my movie. As for Lord of the Rings, there are a lot of characters that you cut out. Yeah, even Tom Bombadil, Gildor the Elf, Glorfindel, he cut out. You know what I'm saying? Truebeard's wife. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of characters in Lord of the Rings that Peter cut out. Yeah, even Lord of the Rings is a hassle to adapt. Yeah, I know. Your book is much easier to adapt. I mean, yeah, my book is much easier to adapt than Lord of the Rings because it's more simple, obviously. It's more like my story is more like scene by scene. It's scene by scene. It's more simple to follow Lord of the Rings. Yeah, your book is much more easy to adapt Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is a hassle because J.R.R. Tolkien has so many things. Yeah, J.R.R. Tolkien has so many things going on in every page, man. Like in the Fellowship of the Ring, four of them are walking. They meet this guy, then they camp for like 2 days, and they keep walking for miles. It's very tough to follow it page by page because J.R.R. Tolkien just has so many things going on every page. It's crazy, man. His world building is so in depth. His details are so in depth. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I had to cut out like a lot of stuff. And Lord of the Rings has quite a bit of boring chapters. Hence why to keep the story pacing, Peter had to cut out a lot of stuff, obviously. Because Lord of the Rings does have quite a bit of boring chapters in the book when you read it. Especially Fellowship of the Ring. The first half of Fellowship of the Ring is pretty boring. It's Frodo, Sam, and Pippin all walking and camping and meeting all these people. Yeah, I had to cut all that. Peter cut all that out, man. He cut it all out. You had to, obviously. Was your story easier to adapt, Ivan? I know it's easier to adapt when you read it. It's easier to adapt, obviously. Much easier to adapt than Lord of the Rings. Yeah. I'm sorry, huh? Yeah. Emma. Yeah, almost there, guys. He said, Ivan, you did it, man. I know, I did it. The IP's yours, Ivan. Yeah, the Xanus IP's mine. I own the rights to that. It's my brand, obviously. Looking at the greatest story ever told. Read it, guys. Yeah. A masterpiece. Masterpiece. Will Neotus be a crazier? I can't picture Neotus being a crazier Xanus fan than even Star Wars. Nah, man. Neotus will be a crazier Xanus fan than even the Star Wars because even though he loves George Lucas and George Lucas is a legend, George Lucas is not the son of God, right? I'm more famous than George Lucas, obviously. And Xanus is better than Star Wars. It's a better show IP than even Star Wars. Star Wars has better world building, richer world building than my book. But my world building, I think, is very unique. And this is a better story than even George Lucas' Star Wars, obviously. Yeah, I love Star Wars, and man, I'm a much crazier Xanus fan. As Neotus's favorite movie, one of Neotus's favorite movie is Gladiator. So Neotus is obviously into those medieval movies. Well, Xanus will be better than Gladiator, man. Will be better than Lord of the Rings. It'll be like, holy shit, man! I wrote a masterpiece, man. When you read the book, holy shit, this book is sick. Yeah, I can't wait to play the game. I can't wait to watch the movie. I can't wait to buy the merch and watch the documentary. Yeah, he just will become a hardcore Xanus fan, man. Yeah. Looking at a sick game. The game will be popular too. Looking at an amazing Xanus game. A sick game, yeah. Looking at a sick Xanus game, yeah, man. Amazing game. Yeah. Amazing game. Looking at an amazing game. Yeah. It's raining, guys. Little Nightmares 3 is coming out Thursday, guys. Rabbi's gonna cover that. I can't wait for that game. Yeah. One of my favorite horror games Rabbi plays, Little Nightmares 3. Such an amazing game. It's coming out on Friday, but Rabbi usually covers it the day before because he gets the early hookups right for the game. Obviously, Thursday it's coming out, guys. Little Nightmares 3. I can't wait to watch that. It's gonna be sick. Um, I like Lord of the Rings, the game notes better. Yeah, if you like those books better, guys, I understand. I'm not gonna judge you for it. But be honest, man. When you read those books and you read my book, even though those books are higher quality in terms of the choice of words, richness of the speech, richness of the descriptions of the wobbling, are you more entertaining reading those books or more entertaining reading my book, guys? Your book, Ivan. Yes. The end of the day, it comes down to entertainment and the characters. My characters jump on the page more, and the story jumps on the page more. It's more fresh. It's more entertaining. These other books, hence why Xanus is a better book, obviously. But there are some fans who might hate on me. No, I like Lord of the Rings Game of Thrones of all time. But yeah, I like those books better. Those books better. I understand. I'm not going to judge you for it. It tells my opinion. There you go. Everyone, art hits everyone different ways, right? Seriously, guys, I'm being honest, man. If you like those books better, I understand. Art hits everyone in different ways. Don't hate him, saying, yeah. If you like those books better, I understand. I'm not going to judge you for it. So I don't hate him, saying, yeah. Ivan, do you believe you making the character jump on a page is magic? I don't know. Because these other authors, they write, yeah, I don't get it, man. These other authors, they write even richer dialogue and better dialogue than even your book. But it feels, it's more higher quality, and the descriptions of the world building is more higher quality than your book, but it feels dull and dry, Ivan. A bit more dry. Whereas your book, the characters just come alive on the page when I read it, I get a different feeling. How the fuck you do that, Ivan? I don't know, guys. It's a gift that I have. Maybe it's magic. I have no idea, man. It's just a gift that I have, man. I don't know how to do it. I don't get it, man. Like you say you just write down like dialogue and scenes, and somehow your characters are on a page. Yeah, pretty much. I just write down the scenes, and I read it, and then the characters just come alive on a page, and what? And I get a different feeling. I don't know how the fuck I do it, man. It's a gift I have. It's a gift that my father gave me. I don't know. Don't know, guys. I'm sorry. That's why Xanus will be the greatest fans novel rated, guys, when you read it. I won't spoil the story, especially volume 3. Well, all volumes are amazing, but you'll see when you read the book. I won't spoil the story for you. Xanus is a masterpiece, guys. Masterpiece. Yeah, it's a masterpiece. Yeah, it is. It's a masterpiece, man. Amazing book. When you read it, right? Amen. Anyways, here's what we got. Who guys on the show? Peace out, guys. Hope you guys enjoy the show. Well, my amazing masterpiece. That's what I'm saying, guys. Peace out. I am.